Now coming to the next session, can we have Dr. S. Padmaja Madam, Joint Director, Maternal Health, Government of Telangana, Hyderabad. Madam has over 31 years of experience in public health. She is especially in family planning, tuberculosis, leprosy, ASHA and maternal and child health programs. She had played a pivotal role in many maternal health and nutritional initiatives in Telangana state like midwifery, MCH kit and nutrition kit, which have been accoladed by many states. Dr. Padmaja ma'am is also the recipient of MS Signature Awards for her exemplary work in maternal health in Telangana state, and the state has received 2 awards for the midwifery initiative and high-risk identification during the National Maternal Health Consultation. She has also been awarded by the Honorable Health Minister of the state of Telangana on World Health Day 2022 for the achievements in maternal health program in the state. Madam, we had heard lots about you. Now we would like to listen to you. Over to you, ma'am.
A very good afternoon to everyone, and thanks to UNICEF and Government of Orissa for giving me this opportunity. First of all, so many slides are covered by Zoom, so I'll be reiterating them. First, I would like to share my best practices. So we have started this midwifery initiative in year 2017, November, and Telangana state. So we with the technical support from UNICEF and the Fernandez Foundation, we have conducted a consultation, and due to ours is the high C-section state, and there is depth of specialists in remote areas, and to address this issue, we have started this midwifery initiative, and we could able to reduce these C-sections, and we could able to address this depth of specialists also, and we have dedicated trained personnel now, and 355 persons we have trained, and we could able to empower these pregnant women by granting autonomy, and they are choosing their own their birthing positions, and we are promoting natural births, and we could able to reduce C-sections also. So we are focusing on continuity of care, and we could able to implement respectful maternity care in these facilities also. So since inception, we have trained 355 midwives without SMTA, and we have, with the support of Fernandez Foundation, we have trained NPMEs, 22 NPMEs we have, and we are going to place them in SMTA and NMTA. They are going to be functional from next month onwards. So these are some of the pictures, and they are the international midwife from Fernandez Foundation is training them, and they are supporting the pregnant women, and after delivery, she is educating the pregnant women, the delivered women regarding breastfeeding and other things. So I'm going to tell some of the best practices in midwifery-led care units in Telangana. So with the technical support from UNICEF and Fernandez Foundation, we have trained our NPM and NPMEs, and they are mentoring the trained staff, and with the support from the gynecologists and their fellow colleagues, we could able to implement this midwifery program in our facilities. So with the support from MOHW, with the support of Government of Telangana, we are doing this, and the Director of Medical Education is the chairperson of the board of GNM and State Nursing Council. So with his support, we have conducted exams to these NPMs, 355 NPMs, we have conducted the examination, and we are going to certify them shortly. So this, for these NPMEs, we are going to conduct exam and we are going to certify them also. We are waiting for the date from our health minister. So these midwives, they are playing a crucial role in holistic care to pregnant women and mothers and their families also. And they are training them in medical and emotional and nutrition support also they are giving. And especially we are focusing on these nutritional aspects, and they are counseling them and counseling them on ANC exercises and advocacy for the autonomy and well-being of expectant mothers, encouraging birth companion and care. They are giving support and care to the pregnant women throughout the birthing process. They are starting from the antenatal period till the postnatal period. During antenatal period, they are giving exercises how to bear the pain and everything, and regarding the birth companion also they are motivating them. And also it's an important period is most of the maternal deaths they take place in the postnatal period. And then postnatal, the women coming for the postnatal care are very less, so they are encouraging them to come for the postnatal visits and two checkups by the gynecologist, and we have made it mandatory, and they are encouraging them to come for the postnatal visits also. So we are encouraging pregnant women for the alternating birthing positions, and they are supporting for their birthing exercises, ambulation, and collaboration and collaborative care by the obstetricians and fellow staff nurses we are ensuring. And initially we had some problems with collaboration, and we have given circular guidelines to the facilities stating that we have given clearly what is the role of the gynecologist and what is the role of the staff nurses. When we have posted these midwives, we have seen that some of they have withdrawn all the staff nurses from the facility, and only midwives has to handle all these cases. So we have ensured this Fernandez Foundation continuously they are helping us in mentoring. So with their feedback and the feedback from the midwives, we could be able to address this issue, and we have given circular instructions to the facilities stating that these are the roles of the gynecologists, and these are the roles of the staff nurses, and these are the roles of the midwives. And we have ensured staff nurses in the labor rooms to support the midwives. So these are some of the data. So number of antenatal women assessed, 3.4 lakh women, and childbirth classes taken to 2.10 lakh women, and number of mothers support during their birth 43,614. Mothers birthed in alternative birthing positions are 29,153. C-sections averted 1349, and women delivered in propped up position 22,614, and delivered in squatting position 3,818, left lateral position 2,477. All fours 154 women delivered by choosing their own method of these. So we have given nutritional guidelines to the districts, and as well as we have trained our midwives in this nutritional counseling, and we have this gestational weight gain monitoring. We have developed some from the Anemia Mukti Bharat guidelines. We have translated these books, and then we have distributed to all the facilities, and then these midwives are utilizing those charts and these flip charts to educate the pregnant women, and we are categorizing them mild, moderate, and obese persons, and then they are counseling them, and we are monitoring them through the MCH portal. State portal is there. We are monitoring them, these pregnant women, through that portal, and we are assessing, measuring, and observing them, and nutritional risk we are assessing, and pre and postnatal diet counseling, breastfeeding also they are counseling to the pregnant women. So immediately after delivery, they are newborn care and breastfeeding, they are promoting, and then they are encouraging women to breastfeed immediately on the delivery table itself, and guidance and support on feeding practices, sleep and overall care, and Lakstra compliance, birth planning, practicing delayed cord clamping and neonatal resuscitation, all these we are practicing, and lactation support these midwives are giving. So recently we have, 1 year back, we have introduced this perinatal mental health that is very much important. During our maternal health death reviews, we have identified that 1 or 2 deaths every month due to these mental health conditions. So we have introduced this perinatal mental health with support from NIMHANS. We have trained our medical officers, gynecologists, and midwives also. And we have introduced one questionnaire into the MCP card, and basing on that, they are questioning the pregnant women, and they are counseling them. If any need is there, they are sending them to the psychiatrist. And we have included it in our portal also. So we are ensuring continuum of care, and involving various stages of pregnancy and postpartum care also, and scheduling revisits for follow-up and care also. And we have ensured at every facility they are maintaining one register. Midwives are maintaining one register with personal details of the pregnant women, and when they are not coming for the next visit, these midwives are calling them personally and telling them to revisit the facility. If any problem is there, they are addressing them in a telephone itself, and then they are asking, they are conducting counseling also. So 350 midwives have contributed to 30% of the normal deliveries that occurred in facilities. They are posted, and we have posted them in 69 facilities. That's high delivery load facilities we have identified. Basing on the delivery load, we have posted them 3 to 6. In some facilities, we have posted 9 midwives also. And for morning session, they are conducting ANC exercises and ANC counseling. And afternoon onwards, they will be placed in labor rooms, and morning, afternoon and night shifts, they will be in labor room itself. So introduce counseling and birthing exercises, and involvement of partners and birth companions, triaging of high-risk cases, and low-risk cases only handled by the midwives, and then high-risk cases will be sent to the gynecologist, and facilitating appropriate and timely interventions by the specialists, improved confidence of the pregnant women. And in remote areas like Bhadrachalam, Mulugu districts, in some tribal districts, there is a depth of gynecologists. These midwives only handling these deliveries, and they are counseling them, and if any problem is there, they are sending them to gynecologists. So the tangible and intangible benefits have overweighed the actual training costs, and the independent third-party evaluation conducted by IPH Bangalore and nurse practitioner midwifery training, and performance of midwives improved by the feedback, and the skills provided antenatal, intranatal, postnatal care improved among the trainees also. So that tangible outcomes include increased normal deliveries and quality of maternal care, availability of skilled professionals in remote and rural areas. The intangible benefits include respectful maternity care, confidence on midwifery-led care units, and improved women-centered care. So, for these midwifery-led care units also, we are not spending much amount. We have identified one room in existing facility only. So, Government of India is giving 6 lakhs, but with 80,000 rupees only, we could able to establish these MLCUs. So, thank you very much.